Alright, what is up YouTube? It is the Not Pro Gamer here, and this isn't a game, as you can tell. I am back after, well, apparently, we'll see. I'm back after a long hiatus, just because I've been busy. I've been trying to stream on Twitch, but I've also just been too busy / lazy to do that. But as you can see, this is not a game. Oh, and if you want to, follow Twitch, twitch.tv / the Not Pro Gamer. GAMR. Anyway, so today I'm doing a One Piece arc tier ranking, and you're probably like, what the fuck? This is so random. This guy has never, you know, anything remoted, remotely close to anime. But yeah, I fucking love One Piece, so I'm gonna rank the arcs. In my opinion, I think I have I've ranked them before, and I have a pretty solid idea of what I kind of want to go by. But yeah, you know what? Let's get it started with Mr. Alabasta, D tier. No, I'm just kidding. Alabasta is A tier. If you were to put it S or B, I'm not gonna argue too hard with you on that. But I love Alabasta. Just Crocodile is a fucking amazing villain. Just the whole scheme you have going on behind the scenes with Baroque works and everything. It's just a really good arc, and I feel A is a solid place to put it. Um, like I said, I'd say for me it's like a high-ish A, but yeah, I think A is a solid place for Alabasta, and it really kind of shaped how you could picture and see One Piece in the future, if that makes sense. Um, but yeah, so I have Alabasta in A tier. Now next we actually have Drum Island, but I am going to skip Drum Island for now, and I'm going to move on to Jaya, which I think is a B tier. As you can see, I just put it there very quickly. Um, Now I like Jaya. It's cool. It's just a nice. I'd say it's a really nice setup arc to uh, Skypiea, which is obviously the main arc in that saga. Um, and why can I not find it here at the end? And I know a lot of people don't like Skypiea. We'll get to it later. Um, but yeah, I think Jaya is just a really good start to that. You get introduced to the character Bellamy, who you learn is really cool eventually, and you get to see his growth through the future, and you get to see Luffy absolutely fucking destroy him. Um, but yeah, overall, I'm not gonna overly put arcs in like A and S. Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, like I think Jaya is just a solid B tier arc, and again, I think it's more towards the like higher end. Like there were S plus, A plus, B plus, all that. I got rid of them just because, honestly, it just looked like too much. So I was like, I'm just gonna just condense it. But yeah, if there was like if I still had a B plus, I'd say Jaya would be B plus, essentially. Long Ring, Long Island. You already know where this is going. It's D. It basically feels like filler, but part of it is not filler. And like it's a cool just mini arc. You get to like he is a I don't remember his name. But he's a Foxy's like actually a solid like antagonist. I'm not gonna say villain because like he wasn't very menacing, but it's a good comedy arc. It's good arc for pre time skip, I would put it. Water 7 is just an amazing arc. I remember when I first watched when I was first catching up, not catching up. I just caught up with Wano. Anywho, when I was watching Water 7 and they pulled the CP9 plot twist, that that actually got me, bro. Like I was like, what? Like I did not expect that at all. So that plot twist was really dope, and I actually really liked that. But just overall, a solid arc. We get to meet Frankie, solid addition to the Straw Hat crew. On the topic of Frankie, I think he's a really underrated character, and but and yeah. But yeah, CP9 reveal was cool. Iceberg is a nice little character to have in there as well. So overall, same with Alabasta. Mm, we'll put it S for now. And we'll see how the rest of the list shapes up. Enies Lobby, you already know where this is going. S tier. Arguably the best arc in One Piece. And that's only because it has one of the greatest anime arcs ever in coming up. And this is still arguable to that. And just the story, the Robin's backstory is chef's kiss, S tier, 100%, just amazing. And then the whole I want to live, damn near had me in tears, not gonna lie. And Luffy versus Lucci, top 3 fight in One Piece. I don't think that's a hot take to say. Just thinking that off the top of my head, I don't think that's a hot take, but yeah. Amazing arc. That's all there is to really say about it. Like everybody knows Enies Lobby is going S tier, and I feel like with Water 7, if you have it near Enies Lobby, it would make sense to have them both S tier. But anyways, let's keep going with post Enies Lobby. With a lot of the posts, in my opinion, they're kind of like they're cool, but there's not. You know what? I am gonna put it in A. I was gonna drop it to B just because like post Enies Lobbies are like whatever, like post arcs or whatever in my opinion. But like at the same time, you also get like crazy like new information. Like this is where we learned about the dragon and obviously Garp being Luffy's grandpa and father, and I think this is where we really got introduced to the idea of the new world as well as the four emperors. And it's just like a lot of like post Enies Lobby had a shit ton of information just all taken at once, and I really fucked with it. And then you got the scene with Frankie joining the crew, and then we got to see Kobe and how he's slowly shaping up to be a super strong Marine, as we expect him to be very strong next time we see him. I'm talking current time next time we see him, but and then another scene that is Loki. I believe it comes in post NES. Yes, there's no way it doesn't. But yeah, one of my favorite scenes in the anime was the scene where Zoro speaks to the crew about respect and how they can't just let Usopp back on the ship, and how he has to understand that he made a mistake. Blah blah blah. That's one of my favorite scenes in the anime. Again, just there's so much going on in such a short time period, which is I also think a reason that it's like just such a nice arc. But yeah, A minus B plus, I would say. A minus B plus range, so higher than Jaya, obviously, but yeah. Anyways, let's do Drum Island now. I feel like a lot of people aren't gonna like that. I don't like Drum Island, and I don't know why. Maybe I just need to go back to it. Like I know Chopper's backstory is really cool, but like other than that, I really don't. I don't know. I just don't mess with this arc that heavy, and maybe it's because I just don't really like the landscape, like the whole snow. Everything's kind of gray and white. Mountains. I hate Wapol, which I mean, not even to like you can hate a villain, and they're really good. He's just like annoying because he's like super weak, and yeah, he's just an annoying villain. Um, so yeah, I'm putting it D tier. I just I don't like Drum Island. I don't know if there's something wrong with me, but yeah, it's an arc I don't want to go back to, and maybe that's part of the problem. But yeah, for now it shall be in D tier. Thriller Bark, most controversial arc in One Piece, and I'm gonna put it B tier. Um, I really like Thriller Bark, but I think the problem with Thriller Bark is how long it is, and at the same time, um, the pieces that you get from it, like it has like some of, if you're going just off of moments, it has like some A tier moments, but if you take away those moments, this is like a D tier arc. So I think it kind of balances out. Like I wouldn't be mad if you put it A. I think C. In my opinion, I think C's pushing it. I think it's middle of the pack to A. But yeah, you get Brooke's backstory, which is really awesome. Obviously, Zoro's big moment. Um, and then you just get some other little side things. But overall, like the fight with like Gecko Moria is like strong, but he didn't feel very strong. If that makes sense. Like I don't know, he was a little underwhelming in my opinion, and obviously like the main fight was more so Oars, but you got to see the whole Straw Hat crew, tag team up on him, but which is cool because we never get to see that anymore. Just because they're all individually so strong. Like it took all 9 of them, I guess, at the time, including Brooke. I hope I'm not doing the math in my head, but I think that's right. Um, it took all of them to take out Oars, and looking at it now, they were literally able to take out Oars level people by themselves, which makes sense because obviously that's the whole point of post time skip, and the Straw Hat's getting stronger. But yeah, we just don't get to see things like that anymore, which is not a bad thing, I guess. But yeah, in my opinion, B. I wouldn't be mad. A. I wouldn't be mad if you put it in A. It's just a solid arc, heavily carried by some of the moments that it has in it. Sabadi Archipelago. Archipelago? You know what? It's fine. We're gonna. I always struggle to pronounce this. Even I don't know why. Um, S tier. S tier. S minus A plus. I would say. You get to meet um, the supernovas, um, and the worst generation. It's just a cool arc. You get to meet all these young up and coming pirates that we're going to be seeing in the future. You get to meet Kid, Law, everyone else. Kizaru's entrance into Savity is god tier, man. Like when he first pulled up, I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Why does he talk like that?" And then after like 30 seconds, I fucking loved his character, bro. I was like, "This guy's cool as hell." Um, and then we get to see Kuma absolutely destroy the Straw Hats after letting them live on Thriller Bark, and then he came back in Sabody and just finished the job. And you get to see the Straw Hats get split up. You get to meet Rayleigh. You get to kind of get your first dose of like Conqueror's Haki and just everything in general. So in my opinion, Sabody low S, high A. Amazon Lily. I think it's I think it's D tier as well. It's There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like it's Amazon Lily. Like what really happens? Like you learn, it sets up um, Impel Down Marineford. Okay, cool. You get to meet Boa Hancock, and I really like Boa and Luffy's kind of relationship that they have, where Boa's insanely in love with him. Luffy doesn't. I feel like Luffy's pretty oblivious to it. Yeah, that's his character type. He's just dumb like that. So he's pretty oblivious to it. Um, but yeah, not much really to say about it. It's like I wouldn't be mad if you put it C, but it's just it's whatever. It's not bad, but you know, there's nothing really good about it. Romance Dawn. It's the start of everything, so I can't I know not very much happens in it, but you can't not have this at least C tier in my opinion. You get to meet Shanks. You get to see why Luffy wants to become a pirate. You get your first villain. I guess villains, if you include Alvida. Or is that even? I guess that would be. I guess it would have to start at episode 1. But yeah, you get to meet Zoro, and it's just the start of this fucking amazing anime. Like, what else do you want? You know? So yeah. Impel Down, S tier. I love Impel Down. Impel Down is so good in my opinion. Um, Magellan as a villain, god tier. If Bro didn't have his problems on the toilet, holy shit, man, would he ever be an S tier villain? Yeah, absolutely fucked up the Blackbeard crew, fucked up Luffy. Um, and then you get to see Luffy travel all the way through Impel Down, gathering up his makeshift crew with Buggy, Mr. 3, and then of course he met Crocodile and Mr. 1 as well in there, Jinbei. You get to meet all these, re-meet and meet some new characters, all these awesome people, and it just makes for an awesome arc. Bon Clay's sacrifice at the end almost had me in tears. Gotta love Bon Clay. Um, and yeah, Luffy finally gets down to where Ace is being held, and they're already gone. Then what happens? Hisashiburi dana, Mugiwara. Crocodile saves the day, and they're able to escape the prison. You get to see Luffy come face to face with Blackbeard, which is cool. After I don't remember if Luffy knew that Blackbeard had fought Ace, and that's why. Probably not. I think Luffy would have beat his ass if he knew that. Obviously not. Luffy would have probably gotten fucked up at that time, just because he doesn't. I don't think Luffy really knew. Not really. He didn't know hockey really well at the time. So yeah. Anywho, Marineford. You already know where it's going. It's S tier. Now, I know the big argument in One Piece is Marineford or Enies Lobby, and just because of all the characters, all the fighting, all the action, it is very difficult to say Enies Lobby is better than Marineford, just because you get all these characters battling it out and just like I don't remember how many episodes it is, but however many episodes of characters just fighting, all these known characters, it's the biggest, like it's Avengers Infinity War type shit. It is just S tier, and it's just pure action, pure entertainment all the way through, start to finish. And then at the end, you get to see Shanks. Oh my god, when I first watched and saw Shanks, I was working, so I was like, that day I took calls, and I would just like hold on to take another call, and then Shanks pulled up, and I fucking jumped out of my seat. I was like, who the hell is that? And I was like, oh my god, amazing scene. And then, but yeah, if you're comparing it directly to Enies Lobby, my thing is Enies Lobby is much better, like story wise and everything like that. But Marineford is Marineford. Like, come on, it's just pure entertainment, peak piece at its finest. And you get to see how Whitebeard kind of, you know, realizes that Luffy is going to be that motherfucker. And he wants to protect Ace and Luffy, and then you actually end up at the end with seeing Ace die, which is crazy because we rarely get to see main characters die off like that. But yeah, we get to see Ace and Whitebeard both die, and we get to see Blackbeard really turn into that guy, and we can tell that he's gonna be that dude, Post-war. Post-war is solid. In my opinion, I don't think it's on the level of post Enies Lobby. Like, you get Luffy and Ace's backstory. It was cool, so I'm gonna give it a solid B. But it's nothing. It's nothing special to me. Post Enies Lobby is definitely much better than it. And then I don't know if you get to if if it's post war or Return to Sabity technically, where you get to see Enies Lobby, where you get to see Luffy go back. I guess so because of the picture, like where you get to see him back on Amazon Lily. Yeah, yeah. Never mind, because that's when he starts the Taki trading. So yeah, so you know what? That low key, like, that makes me want to put it A tier. So I'm gonna keep it B. We'll just say low B, high, or high B, low A, like usual, because I like the scene where Luffy realizes, he hasn't lost everything. Jinbei's there to support him and whatnot. I actually do really like that scene. It's very powerful, and then you get to see, the 2 years. The 3 days, 2 years, and Luffy's crew's like, oh, let's fucking do it. Let's get stronger, boys. And oh man, the more I talk about it, the more I want to put it A tier. I think I am gonna put it A tier. Um, yeah. Again, solid arc. Um, Return to Sabaody. Sabaody, I am going to put B tier though, not C. B tier. And Sabaody, I think again is a high B, low A. But my problem with Sabaody is I don't know. You get introduced to Caribou, who's annoying, and then you get to meet the fake Straw Hats, which I also really didn't care for. I was like, okay, let's get a move on. I want to see, how strong these motherfuckers have gotten. Like, you get to see Zoro cut that ship in half like it's nothing because his dumbass got on the wrong ship. You get to see Luffy show off his Conqueror's hockey. And, yeah, just a solid arc. Those two things kind of ruin it for me, which is why it's only B tier, though. And I guess, man, you get to see everybody's new looks post time skip and everything too. Makes me want to put it A. I am gonna put it A. uh, while on the note of Sabaody, I actually forgot to mention Luffy fucks up the Celestial Dragon. Awesome scene, man. I was so happy when he actually punched that dude right in the face. I was like, yes, fuck that guy. And he's a very good villain because you want that feeling from them. Like, you want that feeling when the superhero, the protagonist, decides to punch him in the face, and you just feel that sense of relief. That is exactly what the hell you want. Anyway, Fishman Island. Now, y'all can clown me for this, but at this point in time, my friend had recommended me to watch One Piece. Condensed version of One Piece, which I know anime fans are very picky about, and are like, well, you have to watch the whole thing. It's a journey. It's about the journey. The filler, and just like and how poor the pacing is for Fishman Island. I'm kind of glad I did the switch to One Piece, but I didn't watch One Piece all the way through, by the way, just so you know. But because I didn't get the full thing, I'm gonna give it B. Like, I know a lot of people, because of how long it is, they're like C, D tier, blah blah blah. But Fishman Island is beautiful, and the backstory of Fisher Tiger and I don't remember King Neptune's wife's name. Fuck. And her backstory, you get some insight on why Arlong hates humans so much. Granted, the main villain, Hody Jones, is annoying and he sucks and he's weak. But here's my thing with that. We just get to post time skip. And we get everyone gets the strength buffs. This is the arc to show how strong everyone has become. Which is why I'm not mad that the villain was weak. Like, it makes sense. Like, Luffy fought Arlong at the beginning of the series, who's probably stronger than Hody Jones, especially if he didn't fucking take like 10,000 stacks of drugs. Like, I think Arlong is probably stronger than Hody Jones, but because Luffy, I'd say Hody probably has like better durability though. Just that's the main difference there. But like, Arlong felt like more of a threat, obviously. But yeah, like I said, I think it's just to kind of showcase how strong the Straw Hats are. But the way they handle the way the topic of racism was handled was just amazing. It really captured it. That's what makes me want to put it A tier. But I'm gonna keep it B tier just because my A tier is looking kind of stacked right now. And again, just because I think I watch when I because I watched it condensed. I think is why I like it more than most people. You know, Punk Hazard, B tier. It's a low B tier, I would say. Um, Again, Caesar Clown, kind of a weak villain. Um, you get to really meet Law, who at that time, like after Sabaody, I already really liked Law as a character, and yeah, we really get to see him and meet him and learn about his talents and what he does as a pirate and his devil fruit. I said talents. That was weird. Um, and then we get to make the we meet Kinemon. I guess I should mention that Momonosuke. And then we also get to form the Pirates Alliance with the Law crew, which is really cool. But yeah, the terrain kind of same thing as Drum Island. I prefer it a little bit more than Drum Island, just because you have the lava and the ice and the ice snow side of Punk Hazard. So it's kind of a cool dynamic. But yeah, I would just say Punk Hazard is another B tier arc. Just it's middle of the pack, which I think a lot of people could agree with. Dressrosa, A tier. Its parallel is Alabasta. Obviously, it has a lot of they have a lot of similarities together. Doflamingo, another S tier villain. Crocodile and Doflamingo, in my opinion, are the two best villains. Well, Doflamingo's well thought out backstory, perfect. The twist of him being a celestial, great. He poses a great threat to Luffy and the crew. Um, Again, just an overall great arc. Doflamingo is a great fruit user. Again, I was also still watching One Piece at the time, so that could be also why my opinion of it is so high. Because I know in the regular anime, apparently you had to see Rebecca's backstory like 20 times, so makes sense why that would be annoying. But overall, I really liked Dressrosa. Good, solid, good, great arc, and yeah, I think it's well deserved A tier. Trying to think of anything else, if there's anything more important to it. Not really. Probably just forgetting. Zo. Zoo? Zo? Zo. Um, I'll put it B. It's another info arc. Um, like, you never, was there ever any, like, obviously Jack was there before, but, like, I don't think there was really any fighting, was there? I don't know. You get to learn about where, it sets up Whole Cake, where you get to see Sanji, and Sanji gets his spotlight. Um, Again, great information. You learn more about the Poneglyphs. I don't know how to pronounce that either properly. Anyway, and then we get to make the Mink Pirate Alliance for Wano. Great setup. Um, just an overall good information arc. Just a nice transition arc, I would say as well. Like, I wouldn't be mad if you put it A. Yeah. Anywho, speaking of A tier, Whole Cake Island. No, that is S tier. Whole Cake Island. Another fantastic arc where you get to see Sanji's backstory is beautiful. You get to learn about him. And Whole Cake Island, like, before Sanji's character was alright to me, like, he was cool. I didn't hate him. I didn't care. I don't care about the Zoro Sanji beef. Like, Zoro's my guy, but like Sanji was cool. But Whole Cake Island really made his character better. And I wish they built on it more. Like his dynamic with Pudding was really good. Was really great, but I wish they kind of built on that more. Like when she took the memory of them out of his head at the end towards the end of the arc, that was like damn. Like that kind of hurt my soul a little bit. Um, but yeah, obviously Luffy Kata fight insane. Top 3 easily in my opinion. Um, top 3 fight. And then Brooke also is amazing this arc. But yeah, like I wish they kind of built more on like Sanji's character development went crazy this arc, and then I feel like it slightly reverted back, which I'll mention later if I remember. Orangetown. I don't understand the Orangetown hate. I like Orangetown. Like people forget this is like the second. This is the second arc. Yeah, yeah. People forget this is the second arc. Like, what do you expect from it? Like, do you expect Buggy to be like the strongest villain in the world? Like, no. And he's just a cool character. Um, you get to meet the story with the dog and like what Luffy values as treasure. And I really rock with Orangetown. So fuck all of y'all that like to put Orangetown like F tier. Anywho, Reverie, same thing with Zoo. So another just kind of just a info dump arc, which I rock with. You get to see Kobe again. Oh, Kobe's glow up goes crazy. It might make me gay. Just kidding, kidding. You get to see all these past kings, queens, everyone back together, princesses that we've seen in the past meet together, and how they, have this respect for the Straw Hat crew now, and everyone's like, fuck the Straw Hats, and they're like, no, we like the Straw Hats. And you get the the abolishment of the warlords comes in Wano. But again, yeah, same thing with Zoo, just a solid info dump arc. Syrup Village, D tier. There's nothing much to say about it. It's cool, but I actually I really like the plot twist with Captain Kuro. I actually thought that was pretty cool. It's close to a C tier arc in my opinion, but yeah, D tier. Not much to say about it. Usopp, I did not really care too much for his character for a long time. I do like the development we've seen from him though. So yeah, but at this time I was like, this guy's annoying. Anywho, Wano, y'all know where it's going. Okay, Wano S tier. Loki might be. I don't know, between Ennius, Marineford, and Wano. Like I love them all. Like I don't even know how I would look at ranking them, but yeah, S tier. You get to see um, Kaido-sama. You get Kaido, Big Mom, and then, you know, people who haven't caught up with the manga. You get to see Luffy unlock Gear 5, which, awesome. I like how he doesn't look like a complete idiot as well. Like, the look of it is just cool. New bounties. How do y'all feel about the new bounties? 3 billion for Luffy, Law, and Kid. I rock with it. I would I wouldn't be mad if they did like 2.5, and whatever Luffy's would equal 9 billion, 900 billion. No. Yeah. 900 billion. No. 900 billion. 9 billion, which is equal to Kaido plus Big Moms, but yeah, we get to see Joy Boy finally pull through. And then I really like Zoro's character development through the arc, the Oda's backstory, S tier, Sanji. I'll get to my issue with Whole Cake Island Wano Sanji, and it's not even about his power up in terms of his power up. I like how he got stronger. He's finally unlocking his Germa abilities, quote unquote. But my problem is he made this big character leap. He was prepared to sacrifice himself to settle with Pudding, and he actually ended up really liking Pudding. Pudding sort of ended up liking him. I know they always did that thing. He was like, "I hate you. I love you, you know. But yeah, and you really got to see him mature as a character in terms of the women thing. And then I like Fishman Island, I'll note, is where I really disliked Sanji and his obsession with women thing and his perviness. I think it got taken too over the top there. And then in Whole Cake Island, you kind of see that taken away. And then in Wano, it kind of returns a little bit. It's obviously not as bad as like Fishman. Fishman, it just became annoying. But in Wano, you know, you see it. You see all that work done in Whole Cake regarding that maturity as a character, and then it kind of returns in Wano. You know, when he's like invisible in the shower room, the bathhouse. You know, it's not like anything major, but it's just like, why? You know. Yeah. And that was my thing with and then in terms of his strength as a character, Whole Cake is where I feel like we saw more of, not feel like we did see more of his character, his power development in Wano rather than Whole Cake, which I think a lot of people don't acknowledge. Like we don't really see that power increase that much in Whole Cake. But anyways, Wano, S tier arc, S tier finish. Adult Momonosuke is awesome. S tier arc. Baradier. Oh my god. Baratier. Baratier? Baratier. A tier. You get to see, again, Sanji's backstory. Obviously, this is after he was separated from Jerma. But, yeah. Baratier is a really just nice arc. Yeah, I'm cool having it A tier. I really like, I'm a sucker for pre-time skip. You know, you wouldn't think that with how the bottom of my list looks, but the good arcs in pre-time skip, yes, I love them. Just a good arc, like Zoro versus Mihawk, one of my favorite moments in the anime. Um, that's probably why I like Baradier so much. But yeah, just a solid arc for a pre-time skip. Don Krieg is cool. He's whatever. He's like decent threat level at the time. His reason for being a villain is just that traditional like, I want to be bad, so I'm gonna be bad. But like, it is what it is. Um, yeah, Arlong Park, S tier. I have Baradier A tier, so I gotta have Arlong Park S tier. Arlong Park is just start to finish amazing. You get to meet at the time the best villain, and for a while I would say the best villain too. Um, and you get to see Nami's backstory, the whole help me Arlong Park walk. Those moments are top of the top in my opinion. And then yeah, the whole fight was very good. You know, when Arlong sees Zoro Scar, another Zoro fanboy moment. Don't get me wrong, I know. And he's like, "Holy shit, I gotta kill this guy." Um, that's just dope as hell to me. Usopp's fight was cool as well. Um, here's my gripe with Usopp. While I mention that, bro will take a leap forward and then 5 steps back. He'll go and beat one of these fishmen, and then in the next arc he'll be like, I don't want to fight, no. You know, like he wants to be a brave warrior at the sea. Be consistent with trying to be that brave warrior at the sea. Like people are make the argument of being brave is doing something you are in fear of, or something along those lines. I do not care, bro. Bro runs away from fights constantly. Like, bro, stick your balls into it. I don't know what I don't know what that means, but yeah, and just don't be a pussy. Don't bitch about it. I don't know, just my opinion. But I like Usopp's character development. Don't get me wrong. Don't make this out that I hate Usopp or anything. Reverse Mountain. No, sorry, Loguetown. B tier. You get to meet Dragon. You get to meet Smoker, who is one of my favorite characters, I would say, to this point. I wouldn't say, like, in terms of strength, he's just mid now, because, you know, everyone's so strong at this point in the story. But overall, I would say this arc is B. You get to see Zoro, um, when he gets his new sword, learn about where the King of the Pirates died, learn a bit more about the King of the Pirates in general, and Mr. Gold Roger. I didn't even mention the Roger flashback in Wano. I'm bogus as hell for that. I guess I mentioned Odin's backstory very slightly, but yeah. Loketown, B tier. Reverse Mountain, C tier. It's just not. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, you know, there's just nothing wrong with it. There's not very much good about it either. Like, you get to learn about Laboon, which is cool. You get to meet Vivi and Mr. Nine, which is cool. And just the story with Laboon, obviously, Thriller Bark develops that, which was awesome. Which, if you wanted to make an argument for Hawaii could be higher, I think definitely that credit goes to Thriller Bark. But yeah, again, just a cool little arc, nothing wrong. C tier is where it goes. It's average. I'd say C tier is like average. And then B tier is like slightly above average. A tier is where the shit's good. And then S tier is S tier. Anyway, Whiskey Peak. Also C tier. Whiskey Peak is low C, high D in my opinion. You get to meet, you get to see Zoro take on the 100 bounty hunters, and that's, I'd say, really the highlight of the arc. Everything else is kind of cool. It's just like, again, it's just a solid filler arc, not filler, but like transition arc into. I guess from there you go to Little Garden, which is B tier in my opinion. Mr. 3 as a villain was actually really cool. It's kind of crazy how much of a threat he posed to the Straw Hats for how weak of a character he is in general. Maybe that's just an example of good devil fruit, great user, maybe. But yeah, Little Garden's cool. You get to learn about the Giants of Elbaf, which we're gonna get to see Usopp's character development finally, like where he really becomes that brave warrior of the sea. And then yeah, you get to learn more about Baroque works to set up Mr. Alabasta with Crocodile there. And then I love the scene where Zoro's like, I'm going to cut off my legs so we can fight these guys. Yeah, overall, solid arc, B tier. My dog has come to say hello to us. Skypiea. I almost want to put it A, man. I really don't. I'm gonna put it A. I don't understand the Skypiea hate, bro. I don't. Like, sure, it starts off a little slow. You get to learn about, you know, how everyone thinks, you know, can't challenge God. Blah blah blah. You get to learn about the the impact dials and everything, kind of how they work in the Sky Island, and then but then you get to Upper Yard. I was blanking on what it was called. Upper Yard is just like in the whole game that NL wants to play, essentially, where, you know, the strongest will be there, blah blah blah. Such an awesome, just like pure, constant, um, you know, fighting battles. And similar to Marineford in that aspect, obviously the arcs are nowhere near in comparison to how good they are, but just a great arc in my opinion. And I think Skypiea is very slept on. And again, coming to another Zoro moment here. I love when he's like, I never believed in God or something like that. Or I never prayed to God. And then, yeah. But here's my tier list. Now let me go ahead and organize it. Okay, I think I have organized it in a way that I I rock with. So, Marineford, Wano, and Yslabi top 3. Outside the top 3, Impel Down, Sabaody, Water 7, and Arlong Park. I think if you wanted to have an S+, you would put these 3 in S+. Arguably, Impel Down, you could also put in S+, and then these are S, in my opinion. But yeah, A tier, Alabasta, Whole Cake, Dressrosa. I think those are the 3 better out of these ones. And then obviously people are gonna have their arguments of Skypiea being too high. I do not care, bro. I like Skypiea. I fuck with Skypiea. Thriller Bark, top of my B tier as well. Don't mess with me. Romance on top of the C tier. Amazon Lily, top of the D tier. Drum Island, I don't care, bro. Drum Island is the worst arc, in my opinion. But no arcs are bad, don't get me wrong. Some are just below average. Peak Piece, every arc is good. Anyway, I have been recording for like an hour. It's much longer than I expected. If you guys have enjoyed, if you want more One Piece content, if you just want content in general, let me know. I would love to start doing YouTube again whenever I'm free. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please like and subscribe for more. And I hope you have a very good rest of your day today. Take care and goodbye. Adios.